They say war is chaos, but the men aboard the USS Hornet in 1942 didn't need a saying, they had proof. Black flat clouds blooming overhead, dive bombers screaming off the deck, and below them, the silent scars of a battleship still bleeding from Pearl Harbor. This footage isn't just history, it's what the sky looked like when death had perfect aim. The film opens with the quad-mount 40mm guns hammering into the air like typewriters of destruction. These weren't warning shots. This was Pacific warfare at its peak. Every burst in the sky marks a Japanese scout that got too close, or one that might have gotten through. The USS Hornet, CV-8, sits below them. By 1942, she was already a legend. The ship that launched the Doolittle Raiders, the carrier that Japan swore to sink, and every man on deck knew the ocean was big, but the sky was smaller. The cameras catch the SBD Dauntless dive bombers rolling down the deck. The angle is low, shaky, the way only a wartime cameraman filming under pressure can deliver. One after another, SBDs leap from the deck. Then the TBD Devastators follow, slow, brave, and doomed. Every American pilot knew those torpedo bombers were already obsolete. Enemy fighters cut them down by the dozen, but they launched anyway. This may be training footage. It may be pre-battle footage, but every aircraft in the frame is a reminder. These machines were designed to come home, but often didn't. And then we see her, a Pennsylvania-class battleship, a veteran of the early Pacific, towering, armored, dignified, and broken. The port side damage is unmistakable. Burned steel, torn plates, proof that even giants bled at Pearl Harbor. A tugboat hauls her slowly through the harbor, a wounded beast in a calm sea. If you look carefully, you can see sailors lining the deck. They don't wave, they don't smile. They remember. And then, the quietest piece of violence. A tray of silver stars. One by one, a U.S. Army general pins medals onto the chest of submarine crewmen. Not aviators, not surface sailors, submariners. The loneliest fighters of the war. Their missions were silent, unseen, and often suicidal. When the general shakes each man's hand, he isn't congratulating them. He's acknowledging the price they already paid. Look at their faces, tired, hollow, awake in a way that peace can't cure. A Navy band plays in the background, but the music doesn't match the mood. Nothing could. Then the footage shifts. Aerial shots from a cockpit. Forward Island appears below, the birthplace of American outrage. Scars still visible, wrecks still resting. A PBY Catalina taxis on the water, one of the few aircraft that could be everywhere at once. A beach crew swims toward it, waving frantically, directing survivors or pilots or supplies. The war didn't care which. The camera pans down to a rugged coastline. This isn't beauty. This is memory. The last frames show small, lone islands, then 4 aircraft streaking low overhead, F-4Fs by silhouette. It's quiet footage, peaceful almost. But that's the trick of old film. It hides the noise, not the fear. These are the ghosts of 1942, preserved on celluloid. Pilots who once climbed into planes that were older than the footage itself. Men who fought above seas they never truly left. And so, as the final aircraft vanish into the distance, the message is simple. History doesn't fade. It flies.